to see the Seldon classification for the let's say damage to the peripheral nerve. So we have three let's say three categories. One is called neuropraxia. Other is called axonotmesis, and the other is neurotmesis. So remember that here we have a peripheral nerve. If we decompose this peripheral nerve or trunk, this is a trunk. Let's go to the, let's say, the unit. We have a axon. Could be a axon or a axon or a dendrite. The dendrite, for example, we're talking about this sensitive pathway. Anyway, on here we have axons. On the nerve, we would have axons and dendrites, even though we normally refer to them as axons. Alright, so here we have a axon or dendrite. Axon. This is a nerve fiber, and it is surrounded by an endoneuron. It's surrounded by endoneuron. And let me do a cross section. So here we have the axon. Then the endoneuron. Then we have a lot of these axons, each one surrounded by these endoneurons. This is called a fascicle. This is a fascicle. And the nerve fascicle, is surrounded by the perineuron. And here in the perineuron are the vasa nervorum. When we have now a lot of fascicles, here in this case we have 3 fascicles. Now these fascicles in conjunction are a nerve or trunk nerve, and this nerve is surrounded by the epineuron. So the epineuron is surrounding the vasa nervorum and the trunk nerve or the nerve. So now a neuropraxia is a trouble. Here it is a trouble with the axonal conduction, or is the blocked axonal conduction. So here it is a problem of the axon, but it is not a physical damage to the axon. It is blocked to the axon. It would be, for example, let's say Guillain-Barré, for example, that affects the peripheral nerves, and the conduction is blocked, but there is no damage to the axon. It's just the conduction is blocked. The electrical activity is blocked. I'm not going to talk about the neuromuscular plate, because even though the antibodies, for example, on lambertiton, are against the calcium channels of the neuron that is innervating the muscle, in a sense you could say that is a neuromuscular plate problem in the axon, but it is categorized as neuromuscular plate problems, and not as the axonal problems, but this is not a partition, so you can classify it as whatever you want. Anyway, Guillain-Barré was the example here. Axonotmesis is let's say no continuity of the axon, not axonal continuity. Now here we have a physical damage to the axon, and this axon could undergo Wallerian degeneration later on, but at that moment the axon is damaged, and for that the patient has the neurological manifestation. Neurotmesis is the not continuity or no continuity of the nerve trunk. So now we are damaging all this nerve trunk, and the patient will have the damage and the neurological, let's say, manifestation. So neuropraxia is just the damage or blocked conduction of the axon, but not physical damage. Axonotmesis is the physical damage to the axon, and neurotmesis is the damage to the nerve trunk, so to the junction of axonal fibers, then fascicles, that is a nerve. Conjunction of fascicles, we have a trunk nerve, and this trunk nerve or nerve, when it is transected or damaged, the patient has neurotmesis.